Have you ever just watched the movement of price? I mean, just really watch how it reacted to certain levels, and then also the volume and utilizing indicators. Well, that's what we're about to do now. We're not going to worry about taking any trades unless you are for sure and you can see a setup, that's on you. But it's really important to just sit and watch price. Nothing is running away from us. We are not missing out on anything. Yes, we may see a setup, but we really want to focus on key things that we could do to help set us up for success. And sometimes just watching good old price is very helpful. It's been helpful to me on my journey. And so I am Denisha on a mission to really do this thing called trading, okay, and be a good steward of this opportunity that God has given me, that's given you. And so to be a keeper of it, to be a nurturer of it, to be somebody who manages their risks and is it, right? Not trying and forcing trades. One great exercise is just to watch how price moves and also thinking about today. So today is Friday. Contracts, depending on if you're getting options contract, that's primarily what I do is options for scalping and day trades and sometimes swing trades. But primarily, Fridays are very interesting days. So each day you want to look out for news, you want to look out for just different things that may be going on in the economy. You want to keep things up to date. Normally, I have some news on at certain times of day. I've already done my trading for today. I actually didn't even take a trade, I did a swing trade. And so I'm done. And that's one of my goals to be off the chart. And so I have to be a good steward of that so that I can come and do these videos and continue to just check, how did my trades go this week? How was I feeling? What did I do? And so right now we are watching SPY. SPY is a EFT that I would stay on for a long time, but I have made money off of SPY and I've also been cooked, okay, on SPY. So it's really important as you're finding companies, EFTs, equities that you want to trade to really just watch them. And so we're going to watch SPY because I actually do like SPY. But again, it's one of those things, especially if you was to get a 0 day to expiration, which would be today. If you was to get that contract, it's going to move really fast. And if you get stuck in consolidation, it's going to burn your premium. And that is not fun, okay? Because if it is up right now, let's just say it's up $100 and it starts to go into consolidation and you didn't accept profit and it stays in consolidation for a while, being mindful that we're about to be on lunchtime, Eastern Standard. Now, lunchtime can vary. It could melt up, but it may just stay in the same place and you're like a ping pong. You're the ball in the ping pong and it's just not fun. And during that consolidation phase, you're literally like the premium is just burning and like we're just giving money to the market. And so ask me how I know. I'm just not. I'm like, no. So we're gonna watch price. So right now, I'm going to go over these EMAs. Now, nothing, no indicator, no strategy is 100% it's going to work every time. However, we can use these as confluences to help us on our journey. And then right now, I do like the EMAs. I've been using it now for a while. And yeah, it's been really helpful to watch them. And so as we continue on, I'll be releasing one of my ideas that really helped me see this, but we'll talk it through now. So we have right now the current market price for SPY is 591.14. And right now it's being held by the 21 EMA. And so again, we're at 11:32 a.m. Eastern Standard. We're on the 15-minute time frame. If we wanted to go to the 30-minute time frame and see like what's going on, it's holding the 9 EMA is holding along with the 21 EMA. And it is starting to look like it's recovering, but it has not broke this at the beginning of the market, it has not broke that yet too. So that's going to be interesting to see how it unfolds. You can even go down to the 5 minute time frame, and you can see that it's actually holding the 50 EMA is actually holding it right now. So you can see the variations in where the EMAs are on the different time frames. However, we're going to stay on the 15 minute, and then we're going to use that as a confluence. So say for instance, I was interested in getting in this trade. I would look for it to break and hold above this 21 EMA that's at 591.07-ish. And it is actually, but I would wait until 11:45 before. So this whole candle right here, this 15-minute candle, can completely close, because it still has another 11 minutes. And so it literally could come below a 21 EMA, which I would not take this trade in that. And I don't even know if I would take this trade today. I'm just talking through what I would be doing, during this time. I'd also be cautious again because I'm going into lunchtime. And in my personal data, me trading around lunchtime is just not. I have some winners, but I have some losses, but I've had a lot of consolidation. And so just being mindful of the day, the sentiment, and just being aware of that. You're not going to get it right 100% of the time, but we're going to, do our best to learn from our trading experiences. We're going to also learn from psychology and, look at the news and things like that, and let that just be an informer, but let the charts actually inform us of what is going on, right? So you can also see how volume has declined. There still is some volume, because when we think about this is in the millions. Well, this one is six figures, right? Let me see. Right here is in the millions when it opened up this morning. And then you can see, if you look to the left on the volume area right here, you can see it start to descend. So it's a lower volume. Again, price could break above here, and then we got this level here, we got this level, this 59 591.61 area, and then we got this area, the 592.51, which will test the pre-market high. And so I would actually go to the daily, and we can start, indicating those levels again and marking them so that they can come down at that time frame. But I don't even want to focus on that right now. Actually, let me go ahead and do it. I'm going to go to drawing tools. I'm actually in thinkorswim, and we're gonna do here 597. Yeah, this level right here. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there in red. I'm gonna be changing up these colors, but for time, I like to keep these pretty um not short, but just so you can really just watch price. Because literally you could really be watching price all day if you're not um mindful of that time. And so that's up there. That's a stronger resistance area, but we're not gonna focus on that. I want you to watch price. Like, that's what I'm gonna be doing right now, price. So as we can see, if we zoom in some more, if we're looking at price and we're focusing on the EMAs, the pink is the 21, this light blue is the 9. We have a yellow one, yellow VWAP, and I just have the center. And then the orange is the 50, and then we have the purple. And I actually have one that's not on here. I'll be sure to put that on here. It's not, it doesn't matter right now. So I won't put that one on here right now. But as you can see, the 21 is holding it. We also have the 9 and the 50 that's holding below it. So each one of them are curling up, right? You see that? And so there's times where you will see the 9 EMA, like yesterday for me, it curled up, and then you're thinking it's going to go up, and then it actually curled in a way that was like an upside down U. And again, not all the time does this work, but if you really start watching these EMAs, all they're doing is following price. The VWAP, all it is following where price is attempting to go. It's not necessarily like it's supporting, but sometimes you will actually see like it's holding it. So I look forward to being able to show you more about this as we continue to talk about it. But if you can see up here, let's zoom in some more. All right. And so once again, I'm on Thinkorswim. Again, this 9 is literally holding it. It's kind of like holding it up, and that 21 is right in the center of it. So again, I'm just gonna wait until the candle closes on at 11:45. We have what, 15 minutes left in it, 16 minutes left. No, we have 6 minutes left, and we'll see what occurs. But we do have this what is it? This is how can I not remember that? Tweezer. We have this tweezer here that is an indication of a reversal. So that's one confluence we could look at. And then we almost have this, it looks close to like the indecision. So it could reverse, right? So we just have to be mindful because, yeah, we have the tweezer here, but it did already start to reverse. But let's see if this 21, if it's going to hold here or not. And basically, we're going to see if buyers step in and purchase more, or buyers are going to not, and the sellers are going to come in. We're going to see what it is. But price right now is still at 591.22. And so SPY right now is up 75 cents. And so it's interesting because we really on SPY is interesting because I'm not doing it right today. I'm done trading. I'm in my simulator account, as you can see too. But we really could be in consolidation for a while. Okay, look at this right here. So if we edit, actually, no, let's not do that. Let's do the drawing tool because we still have 5 minutes left in this candle. And so on SPY overall, on SPY, let's just deal with the current from when the market opened. What do you see? We are in a range. Like, that is not fun. That is not fun at all. Like, now, if we would have seen this this tweezer right here and caught it here, 589 to, wherever we just maybe even just taking it to the 21 or even to this VWAP, if it would have put your stops on, if it would have not broke above VWAP and rejected, then get out here. And I know it's easier said than done, so we gotta have our risk management on point. And so now it's 11:41. It is still over the 21, as you can see. See how it's curling up? And so the 9 is going to react. So it's interesting that it's not above the 21, but if the 21 and the 9 cross, that is going to be an indicator as well. So this 50 is just holding it lightly, just right under it. That 50 is no, not the 50, the 100. My apologies. The orange is 100. I need to add the 50 on here. Let me just go ahead and add it. So this is actually moving average exponential, and it's going to catch those bigger moves. And so I'm going to, versus the simple, I'm going to add this 50. So 50. Oh, no, that was the 50. Okay, let me change this one in. That was the 50. But I want this color to be orange. Okay, we're good. That was the 50. Okay, so now that we see it here, we have, let's go back. Let me double check. Yeah. I'm gonna change this color though. That's what's going on. All right. All right, we're good now. Okay, so we have, again, the 21. It is definitely now. Let's see, this candle right here. That's 9 o'clock, 9:15. Yeah, so it would need to break and hold above here. It's 591.63. But I would feel most comfortable getting in once it broke this 591.91, like broke and hold above here. because then that gives me from here to here. But some might say that's not, they don't want to do that, but there's nothing else here, like besides this candle, right? If it made sense, because if I do wait for it to break out, so this right here was the 15-minute. So if I did decide to come here and I used the orb strategy because it closed above this area and held, that might also be an entry. But I'm not taking any entries right now. I don't feel like it. I'm very happy with what I did for the swing trade, which now I look back at it, and even though I got in the swing, there was a couple things that weren't as good at with the confluence. It worked out, but I don't want to be like that. I want to have high probability trades, and what I saw yesterday made sense. So please go back over and review your trades and be real with them, right? Because we don't want to be off of luck at all. And so not saying that was off of luck, because the market could go, you can have the best setup and something's announced, some news or something with that company, and it go where the price wants to go at that moment. And so we can't be too hard on ourselves, but we got to be able to say, no, yes, we did our setup. Oh man, let me be mindful of XYZ, right? Let me be mindful of the different time frames I'm looking at. Let me be mindful of what I'm seeing when I look to the left. Let me be mindful of, okay, this stock has been running up the last 2, 3 days. One day, it's a high chance it could be a pullback. Like, really look at the past history of where you're trading to help inform you. And again, you're not going to be right 100% of the time. So just you know, be, be, detailed in how you look at it, but just not hard on yourself, right? Because again, this is a tool for us to build the things that God needs us to build, to do the things that God needs us to do. This is a tool for that. It is not the end all be all thing, right? This is a resource. This is a tool that we can use, and we want to be just good stewards of it. And so how we do that is we tend it, we keep it, we go back and make sure we get the weeds up. Like, what are some weeds that's going on in our lives? As much as I be wanting to, look back at the trades, I'm actually now, like even today, over it. Like, nothing is nothing is running away from me. Every single thing that God has for me, I'm going to receive it. And that's that, right? And that's the same with you. And so if you see a setup and the confluence is there and you are willing to risk that, then and you've looked and make sure there's nothing else that could potentially that you are aware of, because you can only do so much, then that is on you to do and decide. That's your walk. But once you take enough losers, place enough losing trades, you're like, you know what? Man, I really just give the market that money and I really didn't have to, right? I told myself I was gonna be off the charts by 12:30, and I'm still on the charts, and I lost some money. Man, I really didn't. I really could have just been building a product, writing those emails, sending those proposals, doing, writing a grant. I could have been outside with my child. Like, I could have been doing so much stuff, versus, and sticking to my plan. Now, there could be times where the stock blasts off at that time. So you got to be willing to be okay with it. But as you can see, we're already past 11:45 and the candle opened, but it did not close above the previous candle, right? So we can see it can come back. It did close above the 21 EMA, so it could come down here, bounce off of it, and 21 is stronger than the 9. It could come here, bounce off, and that could be a springboard for this 592. We shall see. You'd have to determine if this is enough reward to risk, but then also be willing to place your stop. So if you're wrong, then you don't lose much, because from here, okay, to here, that's, let's say for instance it was $1. It's a little less than $1, 591, a little less than $1. But on a zero DTE contract, it moves pretty fast. And so you could, spend something small and lose all of it. So you just got to be mindful of what your risk tolerance is. But again, we can see that the 21 EMA, this pink one right here, has kind of like a flat. It's like you just holding your hand out. So we're gonna see it's not the 9 is very reactive, so it's curling up. And so it's gonna be interesting to see, does a 9 cross the 21? The 50 is just there chilling. The VWAP, it's there chilling. If it was to break below VWAP, then we know that it's more of a stronger confluence that is going to be going to the downtrend. But also, we have to be mindful that we're still in the range if that happens. However, right now, we're in the upper part of the range. But again, because of my goals and the things that I'm doing, I would have to be mindful of the different times. Also looking at the volume. Volume right now is lower, right? It is compared to, we have 172,000 right now in the yield, 275,000, or, it's climbing in volume. And as you can see how it's changed. So volume is low. Um, and we shall see. Will it come back in the range or will it not? Will the 9 cross over the 21 EMA? We shall see. So these EMAs, just remember again, these EMAs are following price. Following price. So when you're others say, well, price action, what has happened in the market? It's what's the price action? Did the buyers, come in for the win today, or did the sellers come in for the win today? I really see it as this. It's interesting. I'll talk about it more later. Also looking at the candles. So right now we have it looks like a hammer candle is forming, but we don't know. We're on the 15-minute chart, so we still have another 10 minutes before this candle closes. And so we shall see. But if we zoom out while that candle is doing what it do, we can see that on the 15 overall, if we look back Thursday, we're in an upward trend that then yesterday, our pre-market, it pulled back, got this base here, it dropped, and this is today. And then now it's rallied back up. But again, we're still in the range. And we're gonna see, does it return back to pre-market highs? Does it break pre-market highs? We shall see. We shall see. And be mindful of the news too, because a lot of times they might have updates that are only applicable to that particular time and not now. So if it's like, oh, the S&P is up, this amount, right? It's up for today. It might have just been that moment. So again, we shall see. So it pulled back and now it's starting to rally again, but it's at the top of the range for today. And no, I just don't feel like trading the range. Okay. If you have a good strategy for the range, be sure to share it. Drop a link to the video. But now, as you can see, the 9 EMA here has like a curve. It's kind of got like it reminds me of like a duck, but or like, kind of putting your hand out. And so it is now, it reacted to price. 21 is holding it towards the end. And so now, right now, as you can see, it's trying to form, it looks like it's trying to form this hammer candle, but 21 and 9, these EMAs are holding it. And it's almost like price is steady here. And the 50 and the VWAP have slightly curled some to indicate this upward movement, but it's not a sharp upward movement right now. Remember, volume is still lower than it was previously, and then as the day was prior. And so, yeah, we're gonna see. We have 7 minutes left in this candle, and will it continue to climb? Because one thing to look at is if it does this, let's see, where's that candle at? I have to mark it, but I believe, yeah, it's here. If it was to close above this 591.67 and hold, then this could be an indication on using the orb strategy. This could be an indication here. Some people would say no, but it still is a level that if it was to break here, because it also breaks above this candle, now it puts us here. I would just wait until it broke here, like really. But again, it just depends on your risk tolerance, your training, and what you see. When it comes to SPY on a Friday, I'm not playing with it. Like, I'm gonna look for these longer candles, less resistance, less noise, and go from there. But this could be an indication. Like, someone could be like, I'm willing to take that risk and to put their stops. So here where it can close, if it closed above this VWAP, somebody might be willing to risk that $1.34-ish. Let me see. Yeah, somewhere around there. Willing to risk that. But you want to preserve your capital. Cash is a position. Always remember that. Always remember that. So as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. And so again, we have the 9 and the 21 that's just holding it like this hammer. You see that? You see it? Put in the chat if you see it. Let me know, because they're holding it. And as you can see, they've come a little bit closer together, and they're still like, kind of, they're just moving with price. You can see it like lightly flicker. At times it's not doing it right now that we can see, but we're gonna keep watching this until 12 o'clock, and we're gonna see what ends up happening. Does it break above? That does that bull? I'm not bull. Does that hammer candle break above and hold this level, or will it stay in consolidation? And see, that's my thing too. Like, anyway, I already talked about consolidation. Will it stay in consolidation, this area? Will it form another candle here? Or will it break below these EMAs and touch the 50 or the VWAP? We shall see. We shall see. Now let's go back and look at, so I will glance at the 1 minute, but you want to be real mindful because this could try to trick you out of positions. But I can see that, it did come down, so it's pretty much still in this middle range. But now we have some downside. But again, it's going to go faster because we're on the 1 minute. It's going to look like it's dropping fast. If we go back to the 15, then we see that we're still being held by the not the VWAP, the 9 and the 21 EMA, still holding it. We're still in that 591.11 range. And so if we go to the 5 minute, we can see, we do see that there's some this upside down U formation. And if we zoom in, we can see how the 9 is holding it, the 50 is holding it, the 21, the 100 is holding it, and then the 21 is touching the 21 and bouncing off, like it's bouncing off the 21. The 21 right now is support when you go to the 5 minute. So that's interesting to see these EMAs work together here on following price. And so to me, just looking at this one, it's looking like it's going to hold here in consolidation, but it could break through because, again, we're still at that 591.11. So as you're trading and you're looking at price, or you're just looking at price, really look at the time frames and stuff, because again, we're not meant to just be on the charts all day. We have things we need to create, things we need to do, stuff we need to clean, stuff that we need to delegate, stuff that we need to run errands, or places we want to be, or experiences we want to have. Whatever the day is, whatever you want to do, we want to be mindful of that. And so again, now thinking about that hammer candle, we got that on the 5 minute. Let's go back and look. Yeah, it's still coming down on the 1 minute. We'll see. But I'm gonna go back. I like to just stay on the 15. Now, if you would have asked me a month ago, let's see, a month and a half ago, I primarily stayed on the 1 minute. I would go through all the other time frames, check the weekly, check the daily every day, check the 4 hour, 1 hour. But majority of my time was on that 1 minute because I wanted to see the most minute detail, like to get in and get out. But oftentimes that can hinder you because it looks like it broke through all those EMAs. But yet, if you go to the 15, you'll see it's still holding the 21, right? It's still in an upward trend. It hasn't broke below it yet. It does show some heavy downside pressure. It does show that sellers look like they're winning on this one. But again, we got 1 minute left. We'll see if it gets pushed up and remains above the 21 by closing above the 21. But I like to, yeah, I don't want to be in consolidation. It's not fun. It's not fun. So again, thank you for tuning in to the Trading Garden. So what will happen? Again, will, you know, price at this time break above the 21 EMA? By the end of the day, we see that it reclaims 592.57, or does it break above, or does it decline and return back to the let's see, 589.26 price? And as you can see, it did fall below VWAP. So that's why it's important to take time to wait for those candles to close, which I've really been focused this last maybe month and a half. Prior to me just staying on the 1 minute, been focused on, waiting for that candle to close. Now, there's been times where I didn't, where I was flicking back to different time frames. But if I'm trading a time frame, watching that, now it could come here because we also know that the market is set up to come and snatch liquidity, right? It's gonna come snatch your stops. It knows that majority of the people are putting their stops right under VWAP. It knows certain things. It knows psychology. It knows how to play with your mind. It knows your habits. It knows your wants, your desires. It knows all that stuff. And so we have to be mindful of that and have our plan, our risk management. And it's something I have to tell myself every single day and evaluate and throughout the time. And one of the biggest things I'll ask myself, and there's times I've ignored this, and I have to say, am I being a good steward right now? Am I being a good steward right now? Am I trading? Or am I hoping? If I'm hoping, I'm not trading. That's my saying, and that's keeping me like, up, you're officially hoping, you're not trading anymore. Because trading should just be, it's so interesting because I heard Isaiah with Prosperity Collective. He's like, trading is really simple, but it's not easy. And that's the psychology part of it, right? That's the limiting beliefs. That's the things that you hold on to. And one of my things I was doing was just holding trades, right? Hoping. I'm like, so my thing is like, if I'm hoping, I'm not trading. I've officially left it, right? Do the strategy. Sometimes it's gonna work, sometimes it's gonna not. Put my stop there. Sometimes it's easier said than done, right? Because we have our own personal goals and things. So right now, if you can see the 21, the 9 are both holding and they're curling up. They've taken another wavy form, right? And they're curling up some. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna hold this on for just a couple more, maybe till let's see about 12:05, 12:15 and see. But right now, price is showing upward momentum. It's on the 15. So it's a little, it's definitely stronger than the than the 1 or the 5 minute and making a decision to hold, especially if we wanted to hold up to here. and it looks like it is recovering. But again, we shall see, right? Does it break above, or does it, because the volume is low? Oh, that's also interesting because as we look at volume, if volume is low, but then it's going up, is that real? Right? Is that real if volume is low? Knowing that now we're in lunchtime. So again, we shall see. But it is holding the VWAP. No, I'm sorry, not the VWAP. The VWAP is yellow. It's holding the 9 and the 21 are holding right at price. They've curled up, and we shall see. So let's go to the 1 hour and we can evaluate the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, we also see how volume is low here compared to these other candles right here. Volume is low, but we do have that V formation. We also have here this hammer candle, which could signal, which you see a reversal, but it could come here. So I'm gonna, let's see, already got it marked. Okay, so it could come here. I see the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, if we can see how price has just continued to melt up price, ideally we got this level here, and then we got these levels in between. But price, let's see, that took 4-7 to today. We could be back up here next week, but we'll see, because we also have this inverse, and so price could curve down, right? And then so that's giving us that downward, the sell-off, and then it could come back up here. We'll have to see. We will have to see. But I do want to go back and mark my levels. So just in case there's additional legacy stocks that I want to purchase, then that would be something to think about if it does pull back, which we've had a strong rally this week. And so overall, again, it's been on an upward trend with the caveat of some of these pullbacks. And so we shall see. So let's go back to the 15-minute. And basically, you're like, no. It's interesting because people make it like it's so flashy and things like that and exciting, but a lot of it is waiting around for the setup. Or, you could have your alert set, and that could help you. My thing is just having a set amount of time that I trade, and then I'm out the market. And so once I finish with this, then it's on to mommy mode, some Aaron mode. I'm in mommy mode all the time, but it's on to house things and, personal things. And right now it's me recording these videos so I can bring these videos to you, and I just like and enjoy watching price. So I'm like, hey, if you want to learn, you want to continue to get better, this is something that's going to be part of your life. Let's watch price. Let's see what price does. Let's study these charts so that when it's time for us to trade them, one, you can see a setup. You might be able to see a setup. But two, it gives you the ability to, when you're trading, you to know what you're seeing and to trade just that cycle. I know for me, there's been times where I'm, trading, and I'm trading multiple time frames. That's a swing trade. That's a whole nother strategy. But where we're in the market and we're just scalping, like, let's just trade that particular section and cut it if it's not working quickly, or put our trail stops on, our stops to get out at a certain point, and go from there. Cause it's not fun when excuse me. That's funny, because that's actually also another tactic. They want to make you sleepy. Okay. so that you are not focused and you are not patient. So really find the times that work for you. You just heard me yawn, which I could use a nap. I'm not gonna take a nap though. I got two more things I want to do. I'm gonna load this video, and I got a few other things I want to do for sure before I am outdoors with with my babies. So yeah, we saw that how price. Okay, so price broke out to this 591.68 area, which was one of the places that I was like, yeah, that might be a place, but it would have to literally close above it. This is just that 15-minute first 15-minute candle. But again, I am not trading. This is my simulator account, and this is a way that I continue to just improve by watching the charts and seeing how the EMAs and the VWAP reacts. I also throw on Bollinger Bands and a few other indicators. No indicator is 100% at all, but we're going to be using different things as a confluence to help us. As we can see, we do see the volume increase some, but it's still not like it was prior to this morning. And so again, it is 12:09. And yeah, I'm gonna stick on to we're gonna continue to watch price until 12:15. So in the comment, list some of your, one thing that you enjoy about trading. And one thing I like really enjoy and I'm so grateful for is to be able to trade with my baby girl by my side. Being able to do that and not have to physically go into a office or be so bogged down with client work that I'm not able to do that. And so that has been a blessing. And so I look forward to continue to evolving in that and get and just meet more objectives so that she also is going to learn trading. I just looked at her. I just looked at. So that's why my talking probably was like, where she just jumped to one topic from the next topic. 'Cause I just looked at her. She's asleep. And so, yeah, we're going to watch price. You're just going to watch price. You're going to stay alert. You're not going to be sleepy. Even if you're sleepy, you're going to go get you something to eat. Or we're going to move our body. And it's still holding. The 9 and the 21 are still holding it. But as you can see now, it's more holding it towards the bottom. And so that candle, we got some more volume that is stepped in. That candle is showing like it's strong, but it still has 4 minutes left. So I could be like, yeah, let me get in, right now. But then one premium is being burnt. If that's the case, I might need to think about extending my contract expiration date. But again, you just don't know. You could take the chance. I can go down on the 5 minute instead of being on the 15 minute, which is not as strong, but I might be able to catch the move faster. And so like even here with that level, price came and broke that area and sat right here on that level. So that could have been an entry on the 5 minute, and then I just traded the 5 minute. So let's see, that's 591.42 and that's 73. So that's about a 30-ish cent if I would have got multiple contracts. The reward to risk for me, like knowing that it could reject here, approximately here, would have had to been something that you would have been willing to take. But again, it's helping you get in the trade earlier so that you have more of a potential profit that you can make, but not waiting until that candle close above it. If you start looking at your data, like for me, I made several mistakes on that, not doing that. So this is showing an indicator on when that could have worked just going down to the 5 minute. But that's exactly why we watch price. So we can see, we can test these ideas. And so we still have 3 minutes left in the candle. Let's go back to the 15. And we can see that it's breaking above. What we would want to do now is to see, because it would be this right here. What we would want to see is it to break above, but then pull back come here and then get in once it held here. But we shall see. Thank God for this opportunity and just continue to be good stewards of it. And so now, as you can see, the 9 and the 21 have literally like they've, linked hands and not completely holding, because sometimes you can see them actually like hugging or holding each other. And so they have linked hands and they're towards the bottom part of this stronger candle. And then you have this 50 EMA that's just right there at the tip of that wick. That's just there. The VWAP, you see it has curved. And so that has been this whole time, a slight indication. Even this 100 EMA has curved slightly just on the end. And so those are all good confluences that, we're going to be going to the upside, which the candle, the price, all it's doing is flowing with price. And so we see that now. But again, I would have to wait until it holds. Your head? Okay. My baby just woke up. So you might hear my co-host. So I have one more minute left in this candle. We'll see what it does. Volume has picked up. And it is showing that it's slightly higher than the previous 15 minutes. Uh-oh, love. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, and so we have less than 1 minute left. We'll see how price reacts. Usually these are about 15 minutes, but I might test them to do 30 minutes. We'll see. Okay, so the price has opened above that key level. And so we'll see, does price continue? We'll kind of see how it moves here. And then this could potentially be an entry. It's over all the VWAPs. Over the VWAP, all the EMAs. And then as you can see, the 21 and the 9 have crossed. So that would be an even stronger indication that this is one to get in, and be mindful to just get out here or have your stop or your trailing stop to get you out. And then you can see if it breaks above. That would be a personal choice. But for me on a Friday, let's get in and out. If it's a scalp and it did cross, that really signifies that we are up. And right now you would have been up. I should have placed a trade. Maybe I'll do not a real trade. These are all simulators. But right now, again, it's watching price. But I probably will place simulated trades. We'll see. We'll see how I do this. But right now, my whole goal is for us to watch price. And when the 9 and the 21 cross, which is right here, also this VWAP just went back straight. It was curved up a little, but now it just went straight. So now we'll see how price reacts at this level. I can go down to the 5 minute and see, okay, is there anything else here that could potentially, we got this level here that, it would have to break through. So we'll see, which is breaking through it. We have this. What else is here? Yeah, we're not going to do it in the 1 minute. Let's go to the 1 hour. Yeah, so it's in line with pre-market. One of the pre-market. Okay, so we're going to go back to the 15 minute. We're going to stay here. And normally I would just stay here, especially being in the middle of this trade. But I wanted to see if there was anything else that could stop this candle from going up, which of course news can come out. And this is representation of 500 and like 3 companies. So it could come back. So you would have to decide, like, get in and out and be done. And that was let's see, about a 30 cent. Let's see, 30, about 50 cent, right? Especially if you get multiple contracts, that might have been great for you. And we'll see, because it could come back down to this level test, which could be a better entry. If it retests it, and then goes up. So we shall see. We shall see. All right. So will price actually recover the pre-market high of 592.57. Will it break through? Will it start in consolidation? Will it drop from here and return back into the EMAs? The 9 and the 21 are still crossed. The VWAP, you can tell the yellow line is kind of bracing. It's pretty close to the 50 EMA. We have the 100 and the 200 EMA down here that are just chilling. So we shall see. But again, on the scalp, we want to get in and out. And yeah, this is Denisha with the Trading Garden. I am very determined to continue to just evolve in trading. And as I am on this journey, I'm documenting it and then also sharing words of wisdom, seeds of wisdom with the Trading Garden here on YouTube at the Trading Garden. And so one way that we can continue to get better as traders is watching these EMAs. Now, let's see. We could literally remove all of these. I'm just going to turn them off. I need to save as settings. So I'm not going to just delete them. We could remove all these and literally watch the levels. Watch how price reacts. I like using the EMAs. The goal is for us to be able to have naked charts and just use our lines to be able to see them. But you know what? When you're delegating in your business, when you're having team members and things like that, why not let the EMAs be a part of? And now I can see how, yeah. Why not let the EMAs be a part of helping you be able to see price better? Right? To see what's going on better, because all the indicators are doing is following price. And so even when we look at this, we had this tweezer down here, which is a sign for reversal. Now, does every tweezer work? Let's see, this is a tweezer that worked there. And I actually got a call. But yeah, so just be mindful of as you're watching the charts and what you're seeing. That way it can help you on your trading journey. All right. Have a blessed, amazing day. And again, this is Denisha with the Trading Garden, and we'll talk to you soon. Phone? Yeah, mommy, get the phone. All right, we'll talk to you. I'm trying to think of the days I'm going to be on here. We'll see. But I'm going to be every day just coming with a new take on what's going on with price. All right, bye. Say bye. Yeah. See ya.